Hey everyone, it's that math magician. On this video, we're going to see if we can prove that two triangles are congruent using one of the congruency conditions that we have. Just a quick recap. Remember, to show that two triangles are congruent, we got to show that they're similar and that they have at least one equal side. So if we can do that with these two triangles, we'll know for a fact that they are congruent. So let's go ahead and jump right into this example problem where I have two triangles kind of one on top of the other, and we want to prove, are they congruent? I have triangle DBC here on top, and I have triangle ACB on the bottom. And we want to prove, are they congruent or are they not congruent? So let's go ahead and just identify what we see that they have in common. We want to start looking at, do they have sides in common? Do they have any angles in common? And can we talk about that? Well, I'm looking at these two triangles and I notice that this side DB here, or side BD, whatever you want to say, I notice that it has these two hash marks. And then I notice that this side over here, AC, also has those two hash marks as well. And since they both have those two hash marks, I know then that BD equals CA. And I'm just going to write that out, that BD equals CA. That is a fact. I know that that's true because of those two hash marks on those sides. And that's all you really have to do when you start with these proofs, is just sort of look at those triangles and see what has similar markings to what. I see that BD and CA, they have 2 marks each. Those sides are equal. Perfect. All right, let's keep looking at those triangles and see what else we have in common. Well, I'm noticing that at angle B here, that this has an angle on the top side that looks like it's equal to this angle here at C. That's on the bottom triangle. Again, I want to talk about that in my flowchart. Now, what I can't do is I can't say that the measure of angle B equals the measure of angle C. I can't write it like that. And the reason why is, look at that point B. I have an angle here at the top. I also have this angle here on the bottom. And so if I say angle B, I don't know which angle you're referring to. It could be this top angle or it could be that bottom angle. So we got to be careful when we're making our flowcharts that we can't write it as B equals C. What we need to do is we need to name it with 3 different letters. Let's just trace out this angle. This top angle would be called DBC, right? Just tracing it out. DBC. So I'll write that in. The measure of angle DBC is going to equal the measure of angle, let's name the bottom one, ACB. ACB. Just trace it out. Alrighty, I have, or it looks like my flowchart is in pretty good shape. Because notice, I have a side and I have an angle that are equal in both triangles. We're doing good. But side angle is not enough for us. We either need another angle or we need another side. Now I'm looking through this and I don't see any other angles that are equal. Maybe D and A are equal, but I don't know, right? I can't assume. There's no markings on D and A. And the other angle here at B and C, again, they kind of look like they might be equal, but I don't know. And I can't assume. Okay, so we have no other angles to talk about. So let's see then maybe if they have any other sides in common. Well, notice that BA and DC, they have no markings. Maybe they're equal, I don't know. But again, I can't assume. I don't have any markings on those two sides, so we can't say that they're equal. It would have been nice, right? It would have been nice if these sides would have had those markings. If it had those markings, we would have been good. We could have written that in our flowchart. But we don't have that, so we can't say that. But what these two triangles do have in common, though, is the side here at BC. Notice that both triangles use that side BC. Imagine that I took those two triangles and sort of pulled them apart. They would both have that side BC. So we can write in our flowchart then that BC equals CB or BC. Doesn't really matter. But what that's showing us is then is that we have side, angle, side congruency here. Look at this is side, angle, side. It's side, angle, side because I have this angle that's in between the two sides. So since I have side, angle, side, I know for a fact then that these two triangles are congruent. So let's just write it out then. We have triangle DBC is congruent to triangle ACB. And what did we use to show that they were congruent? Well, we used side, angle, side congruency. That is it. This is what you got to do when you're proving that triangles are congruent. Just look at the picture, try to find out what's equal to what. Identify the sides, identify the angles, and you should end up with a conclusion that they are congruent. It's that Math Magician, and I'll see you on the next video.